Hello, good evening. I hope everyone is well today. Hey, technically, this is my 10th live. How's that? So, I wanted to jump on tonight because it's funny how life presents themes, or there's a particular issue that comes up around me that I wanted to address. And the theme that has come up for me today a few times is this feeling that you might be less than or should feel guilty for asking for help or for taking a rest. But I want to really quickly squash that because most of the people that I'm dealing with are not lazy people. So for those people to take the time to either look after their own health and well-being or to ask for help tends to lead them to feel guilty. And I can tell you right now that if you took the time to consciously, intentionally, and deliberately choose to give yourself the opportunity to fill your own cup, to look after your own health and well-being, to deliberately rest in whatever way that needs to be, whether that is deliberately deciding to scroll through social media and just tune out for a bit, then take that 10, 15 minutes and deliberately do it. Because if you set the intention that you're doing it because you do just need to tune out for a few minutes, you do just need to give your brain a break, then you're not going to feel as guilty because you had a purpose for that task and you set a time limit and you get on with whatever it was that you were doing originally. So I wanted to talk through the benefits of being deliberate and intentional about asking for help, about taking those rests, about looking after yourself, especially when that means sharing the load. And that means that you're actually empowering other people to learn for themselves. So if you're always taking the jobs on, if you're always doing everything, for whatever reason, there's various different reasons why people do that, then you're actually taking away that other person's opportunity to feel empowered to do that themselves, for them to learn the lesson themselves. So that is the top reason, the top benefit, that if you don't want to make it about yourself, you can then reframe that to be, oh, well, by me not doing that job that can be easily done by my partner, my colleague, my child, then you're empowering them with that opportunity to do that task and to learn from it. And when you have taken the time to get the help that you need or to take the rest that you need, when it is time to interact with other people, you're actually then giving them the best version of yourself. If you show up for someone else and you're so exhausted, you're so overwhelmed, you're so overworked, then you're not giving the best version of yourself anyway. So you're not valuing their time or your time. So again, if you don't want to make it about you, if you need to make it about someone else, remember that you're not giving that person the value that you could be by showing up as this exhausted, overtired, overworked person anyway. And another benefit of you seeking the help that you need, getting the help that you need, or by taking the rest that you need and looking after your own health and well-being, is that when you do ask for help, or when you do take that time to rest and you acknowledge that within yourself that you need that, then you're being authentically human and you're setting an example for the people around you. You're setting an example of, one, if you have children, that is what looking after yourself entails. Two, if you have a partner or a co-worker, you're setting an example of how you want to be treated. So when you treat yourself with self-respect and with care, then you're teaching others that that's how you want to be treated as well. You're setting that example. And by being vulnerable enough to acknowledge when you do need help, again, you're setting an amazing example of what it means to acknowledge that within yourself. So a lot of people feel that being vulnerable is a sign of weakness. But I tell you what, being vulnerable is the strongest, most powerful thing you can do, because we know how hard it is to be vulnerable. So it takes strength to be vulnerable. So the next time you think that you're being weak by being vulnerable, just remember that. Remember how hard it is to be vulnerable, and allow yourself to do that and have the power and the strength to do that. And remember that you're actually being really strong by being vulnerable. So there was just a few little tips that I wanted to cover off on tonight about the reframes that can come with allowing yourself the time and the space for your own health and well-being and self-care, so that the next time you feel guilty for taking time to look after yourself, taking time to rest, just remember how you're benefiting others by doing that for yourself. So I hope that helps. As I said, most of the people in my audience are not lazy people. So if I'm suggesting for you to rest, it's not telling a lazy person it's okay to be lazy. Most of the people that I interact with are go, overworked, exhausted, overwhelmed people that need that time for self-care and self-nurturing and rest. So I hope you can take my words and help you to reframe how you can do that without the guilt, and to allow you to restore and rejuvenate yourself to feel more energized and healthy. All right. Mwah. Good night, beautiful people. I will see you again soon.